What's up guys, Matt here again. Now I know you guys are probably getting sick and tired of hearing me say this about form. Form is the key to every exercise. I can't count how many times I've been to the gym and I see, for example, I see people on like lat pull down machines, things like that. They're probably putting too much weight on there, more weight than they should, because nobody wants to look weak in a gym. I mean, that's just the way it is. So they put more weight than they can probably handle properly on there, and then they pull down that weight. Perhaps they're struggling to get it down, and then they're just slinging that weight back up, right? Or they're trying to pull it down and they're contorting their body and they're getting it down and then they're slinging the weight back up. That is a great way to injure yourself. You got to keep in mind there's basically three types of contractions with your muscles. There's concentric, eccentric, and isometric. Isometric is perhaps a little less common with workouts, but I still recommend you incorporate those into your workouts. But basically what concentric, people tend to focus on the concentric motions of their muscle groups. Basically, the reason for that is because it's the easiest way to do it. For example, a concentric motion is basically the shortening of that muscle. So if I'm doing a bicep curl, it's the shortening of that muscle is the concentric contraction on that muscle. The eccentric contraction is the release of that muscle while still in contraction. If you did not have contraction, your arm would basically just fall. So basically it's just your body's natural mechanism to protect itself. Because if the body was only capable of concentric motions, basically you'd be lifting weights up, and then once you release that contraction, your arm would just fall, and that could cause injuries in your muscles as well as tendons. So that's why we have the eccentric motion, which is just as important, if not more important, than the concentric contraction. So you got to keep that in mind when you're doing your workouts. You gotta kind of maintain a flow of sorts when you're doing a workout. If you're doing like a bench press or something like that, you should do a kind of a flow. You just bring it up and down, up and down. You should not sling the weights down, bounce it off your chest, and then bring it back up. Okay, that's not the way to go about it, because naturally, if I did 10 reps of that sort of bench press, naturally I'll be able to do those reps much easier than I would if I did 10 proper reps. So I think that right in there, that in itself explains why people do it, because it's easier and everybody wants the easy way out. People just want to stack those plates on and look big and bad in the gym, because again, nobody wants to look weak in the gym. That's just human nature. So it's very important. So basically, if you do decide to throw all those plates on, if you can't handle that weight coming down controlled and then bringing it back up, then it's too much weight for you. You need to step it down a little bit, dial it down, and adjust accordingly. And that goes with pretty much any and every workout you could think of. That is the case. If you cannot control the weight, if the weight is controlling you, then you have too much weight. So keep that in mind, guys. Again, to go back to the isometric exercises, contractions when you're at the gym, also incorporate those in as well. It's probably the least stressful on your muscles to do those kind of contractions, but they're still very beneficial to you. So again, guys, form is key. I know you're tired of hearing me say it, but I'm going to continue to say it. I'm probably going to say it on every video that I make. So just get used to it. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next videos. Take care.